Hey, you guys, it's Brandy Chanel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Ladies Who List Atlanta Season 1, Episode 2 review. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, you guys. So this episode of Ladies Who List Atlanta was actually pretty good. We got to, know some more of the ladies, know some more of the cast members. We gonna talk about Robin and Crystal at the end because honey, my mind have changed. Okay. Yeah, I got something from Miss Crystal later on, but let's the episode opens up with Kiera showing B Simone a condo. So her and B Simone have known each other since 2015. B Simone was in a relationship, and when she was in that relationship, her and the guy she was with was looking for a house. And when they broke up, she was like, I don't need a big old house, so let me just go ahead and give me a little cute little apartment or condo. And honestly, if I was single, that's how I had that type of money. That's how I would live. I'm not living in no big old house because, like B Simone, I'm not cutting no grass. That's what you're supposed to do, okay? So, yeah, I thought the apartment was nice. She loves windows, but that closet and them bathrooms was too small. And I was like, girl, I can't even fit my clothes in there. And I'm a regular person. Like, I know she ain't gonna bed for her clothes in there. So, they didn't she didn't go for it. So they have to, find some more condos and apartments that's up to B Simone's liking. One thing Kira did say, Kira said that, she at one point in 2015, worked at mattress firm or whatever the case may be. And I was wondering, like, how long does it take to build yourself up? Like, when you get into something, how long does it take you to, build up from A to B? Because 2015, that was some time ago. That was like, what, 7 or 8 years ago? So I think 7 to 8 years, not that long. 7 to 8 years is a pretty long time. So let me stop. But so she has some time, but I just want to know where she started from, and how she got to this point. Okay, so we are with Kiana. Okay, Kiana says, real estate saved her life. She loves real estate because she's been so successful in this, in this field. She has a lot of people that depend on her. Her mom, I think she said her cousin. She got some cousins and brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews, and all this other stuff. And I think it's great taking care of your family. If I had that type of money, I would definitely take care of my mom. My mom would never have to work again. But it's also like, if I see someone, making all this money doing something, then I'm going to want to, talk to them and be like, hey, put me on. Show me how you did this so I can follow the same blueprint and I can make the money so that I can provide for my family. So, that's great that she wants to provide for her family. But, I would be more so of the mindset, let me put you on to this so there you can get into the industry and then you can, build, you can do what I do. You know what I mean? She has been married for 8 years. She's talking to her husband about Robin. She says, she explains to her husband the whole event, the whole meetup with Robin and the other ladies, of this little idea that Robin has. And this is what she explained. And now I'm kind of getting an understanding that when she was trying to get her brokerage firm off the ground, she was in the midst of that. But I guess before she could do that, she had to put her and her agents' licenses on hold. And so she asked Robin for that favor, and Robin charged her $500 for that. And I don't know what she thought. I assumed last episode that, Robin would have done it for free because, they friends. And come to find out, Robin dated someone that Kiana's husband, she dated his friend or something like that. But when I was on Twitter, I was seeing a lot of people saying that, that's a normal thing. If a broker is holding your license, they do charge you for that. Then I also saw where Kiana said that she was basically charging her too much. So usually it's $6,000. Okay. I guess how you start is $6,000. I think that's like the starting rate. And she had 26 agents, so that would have been 13,000. So I guess my whole thing is like, I don't know if Kiana expected it to be free or not. And if she didn't expect it to be free, like, what did you expect? Because we're not seeing it on the show. That's what I'm kind of confused about. Because even though she said that on Twitter, she's not really explaining what she expected Robin to do. And if this is something that if this is something normal that they charge for holding licenses, then I mean, you can't be too mad, okay? And I need her to further explain this, and I'm hoping whenever she has the sit down with Robin, she explains what she expected from Robin, right? Okay, so we go to Kira. Kira says she grew up in a small house, and when she grew up, she always knew that she was gonna always, live nice and have nice things and things of that nature. She says that she bought a house with her boyfriend, and when her ex-boyfriend, was in New York, she was in Miami. She gets a call from her neighbor saying that her house had burned down. Do y'all think that man, her ex-boyfriend, burnt that house down? Like, I was like, that's odd. Like, I want to know, like, if y'all know something different, because I don't follow any of these women yet on social media. So if they explain it, please, tell me down in the comment section. But my first initial thought was, did he burn that house down? Like, what's really going on? And she wasn't even in that house for a month, and that must suck, because when you move, you have everything in your house. You have pictures, you have clothes, you have TVs, you have different equipment, kitchen appliances. Like, it's so much that's going into a house, and for it to just burn down, I really feel for her with that. She said not too long after the house burned down that her relationship with that man had just kind of fallen apart. So I really felt bad for her, because as she's explaining it, she's crying. So I really kind of felt bad. Okay, so we catch up with Tiffany. She's working, and her son keeps begging her to go take him driving. So I guess he's at that age now where he's starting to drive. She explains to us that she went through a panic and anxiety attack. Her husband, he quit his job to take care of her. When she was taking her son driving, I was like, oh my God. Like, she kind of reminded me of my mother when she taught me how to drive, because my mom, every little thing I did, she jumped and was so nervous, and she just got me nervous. So she eventually hired somebody to teach me how to drive. It took me 2 times to pass my damn driver's test. But I'm starting to kind of like Tiffany and Tiana. We kind of get a little bit more of them this episode, and I like the fact that she feels like, she should start taking care of herself, because she's giving so much to her family and the business or whatever the case may be, that she's not taking care of herself, and that's probably what caused, her anxiety attack and things of that nature. It tripped me out, because y'all, when I first started learning how to drive, I had a 1999 Suzuki. Okay, this boy up here driving the Escalade. Okay, times have definitely changed around here. Okay, so Tiffany and her husband are going to dinner with Tiana and her husband. They've been married for 13 years. So they're celebrating their anniversary. They talk to them about Robin and Crystal. Tiffany says she is in competition with Crystal. She said that Crystal contacted her via email requesting to transfer all her business to her after Tiffany had her baby. So the situation was, Tiffany was pregnant with her third child, and Crystal had contacted her, emailed her, and requested for her to, I guess, transfer all her business to Crystal's business so she wouldn't have to worry about it. And from Tiffany's perspective is, okay, wait a minute, we and you are not cool like that. I don't feel this genuine. I just feel like this is something that you're doing so that I can work under you. And if I'm glad that I'm glad that Tiffany did not go for that, because Crystal, her personality is like really coming out, like especially towards the end of this episode. And it seems like if Tiffany had a did that, Crystal would have used that to her advantage. Like she would have, that would have been something that Crystal would have thrown in Tiffany's face. And I'm seeing that she has those ways about her, and that's towards the end of the episode. Okay, so Robin is meeting with a first time buyer. She's showing him all this. She's showing him this building. So we find out that Robin's specialty is condos. She sells condos. Okay. Robin says she started this journey in real estate with her two children. She got pregnant at 16 and went through physical and mental abuse. So that to me explains why she is the way she is. She's not really all that trusting, and especially when it comes to women. So I understand why she acts the way she does. It doesn't make it right, but I can understand why she acts the way she does. Okay, so Tiana is up for a real estate award. She wins the social media campaign award. She brought Kira and Tiffany with her. They talk about Robin's little meetup, and Kira is throwing shade. So Kira is basically saying, "Oh, she only sells condos in the building that that she sells to her clients. They're not it's not a good buy." So she's throwing all this shade. And so Tiana and Tiffany are like, "Okay, so what's tea?" And she's basically saying that Crystal and Robin stopped following her on social media. Now, y'all, I didn't really, I didn't really think too much of Crystal on the first episode because we just met her, right? But it was like, girl, social media, like y'all don't. If you've never met this woman, okay, so y'all don't really engage that much on social media. So what difference does it make if she unfollowed you? Like, to me, that don't make no sense. And honestly, y'all, on social media, if somebody unfollows me, I don't even notice. And I really don't be checking like that, and I really don't care. So I didn't really see I don't really understand why Kiera is making this a thing. Okay, so we're at Robin's meetup. Okay, Robin says she almost canceled because she didn't know what the outcome was. Robin starts talking about her plan to start the brokerage. And, as she is starting to talk and starting to explain herself, I noticed that Crystal is chiming in, "Oh, just say what you want. Just say what you mean," and it's like, girl, this is not even your idea. Can you just like bag back and let this woman say what she got to say? Kiana tells Robin that they have unfinished business. Kiana and Robin, they're kind of going back and forth. She's saying that, she didn't appreciate the whole situation with her, charging her $500 to hold the licenses. And then Robin, she kind of throws like, I'm sorry, I apologize. Let's move past it. Like, no, let's not move past it. Let's really talk about this because I thought she was a good friend. I thought she was going to do me a solid. And like I said, I want Kiana to break down what she expected from Robin. Like, what did you expect? Like, what did you expect, and how much did you expect her to charge you, or did you expect her to charge you at all? And why wasn't that expressed? Like, why wasn't this a conversation right when she gave you the price of 500? Like, why was there no follow up? Is basically what I'm trying to say. You know, and Robin, she's I don't know. Robin is kind of just saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Like she think because she's saying she's sorry that we should just dismiss it, and that's not what we're doing here. So they're going back and forth, and Crystal, she keeps adding little commentary, and the commentary that she's adding, it's towards Robin. It's kind of going against Robin. And it's like, girl, I thought y'all was friends. Like, if you not gonna have my back, don't say shit at all. Okay, and she was kind of being condescending. And Kiana says that she felt disrespected in the situation. Again, Robin is saying that she's sorry, and she offers Kiana to she offers to take Kiana out to dinner. I'm assuming that she's offering to take her out to dinner because so they can have this one-on-one conversation. Kiana goes, "I don't need you to buy me dinner. I don't need you." It's like, okay, girl, like we're not gonna do this, okay? Robin says she was in a different mind state, okay, mental state, not mind state, mental state, and she was in a different mental state, meaning she probably wasn't in the right mindset. She's going through something mentally, and maybe she wasn't making the best decisions in that state of mind. Okay. And so Kiana responds and says she's deflecting. And I'm like, you know, she could possibly be deflecting. However, she could also possibly be telling the truth. So at least hear her out and see what's tea. You know what I mean? Just don't just automatically just dismiss it as her deflecting, because she could be deflecting, or she could have went through something mentally, right? Tiffany comes to Robin's defense and suggests that Kiana and Robin have a private conversation. I completely agree with her. Kira brings up Crystal and Robin, not following her anymore on IG. She mentions that older women sometimes feel a type of way about her because she's young. And listen, she's right to a certain extent, but I don't think that applies to this situation because they're more seasoned than Kira. So her coming into the business and being young is really not, I just don't feel like that had anything to do with the situation. I feel like they probably stopped following her. Maybe, probably, we don't really know why they stopped. They probably stopped following her because they don't really talk to her like that. They don't know her. And my whole thing is like, why does this bother you that people who you don't know stop following you on IG? Like that to me was childish. Like, why are you making a big deal out of that? That made no sense to me. Okay, so Robin says maybe it's senior, maybe it's experience. Robin says she's been doing this since 2012. Kira says, oh, well, I just graduated high school. And it's like, why? First of all, I don't know. It was weird because she was explaining, what the issue was, and, that they had unfollowed her. And then it went to her going in on their age. Like, I'm just like, what? Like, it was just unnecessary. It was really unnecessary. It was an unnecessary dig because no one brought your age into it. You brought it up. Okay. So that made no sense to me. Okay, so Robin says she's not arguing with kids. Then Crystal tells her not to do that. Crystal says that Robin was a fan and now she's an ops. Again, childish. Again, childish. Like, what are you talking about? And she said that because I guess Robin had hit her up in the DMs and said, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, blah this and blah that. And now, now you have an issue with me. Now you're an op. And I'm like, okay, obviously she don't have an issue with you being young and pretty because she's already complimented you. So maybe it's just a simple fact she don't know you and doesn't feel the need to follow you on IG. And I don't like that Crystal is saying little stuff, but she didn't correct Kira when Kira said something about her age. So that's what I didn't like. And you're supposed to be her friend. You're supposed to be Robin's friend, Crystal. So what's happening? You know what I mean? Crystal gets up and walks over to Robin and starts getting mad at her because of what she said about Kira. Robin is cursing her out and tells her she needs to go sit down because at this point, I'm thinking that Crystal, it was there to play mediator between the ladies and Robin. And really, her little commentary just added fuel to the fire. And I was with Robin when she made that analogy, like, you're supposed to be facilitating this and you're supposed to be playing mediator and you're just making the shit worse. Like, you're not even, you sit up here amen and everything they're saying and you're not even trying to hear. Every time Robin says something, you want to tell her, stop. You're not even really, it's not fair and it's really unbalanced right now. Like, what are you doing? Robin and Kira arguing back and forth. And Robin asks Kira, like, how old are you? Crystal says to Robin, why does that matter? Well, Crystal, why did it matter when Kira brought up Robin's age? Why did it matter then? So now age doesn't matter when it's coming from Robin. When it was coming for Kira, it was perfectly fine. Okay, girl, bye. Anyway, Robin says Kira is acting like a child. I agree. All of this, I'ma shit on you. Why you not following me on social media? It's like, this is a business meeting and you sitting up here talking about social media. Girl, bye. Okay, so again, Kiana and Robin are going back and forth again because Robin says that The problem with women is that they do not know how to let things go. Crystal keeps interjecting and telling Robin to stop. Crystal keeps telling Robin she is triggered, and Robin hits Crystal with her purse. What bothered me about this scene is that Crystal and Robin are friends. They have had personal conversations. And in those personal conversations, I got the feeling that Robin has told Crystal, this upsets me, this triggers me, so on and so forth. And Crystal used that to trigger Robin with those ladies present. Okay? She keeps saying that she's triggered. You're triggered. Stop it, Rob. Stop it, Rob. You're triggered. You're triggered. Stop it, Rob. Like it was pissing me off because you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're being antagonistic. You know that gets her upset. You know that makes her mad, and yet you keep repeating it over and over again. And don't tell me you don't know that's getting her upset because y'all are best friends. You should notice things about your best friend. You're being condescending. You're trying to antagonize her. But with all that being said, Robin, keep your hands to yourself. Because had she got up and popped you, I couldn't blame her. I couldn't blame her. I understand that you were getting upset. I understand that she was pissing you off and she was being antagonistic and trying to get you to that place. But that don't mean you put your hands on nobody, period. Okay, and I feel like Robin needs to go sit with a therapist so she can learn not to let bitches like Crystal who come off as your friend, but yet they act differently in front of other people. Okay, she needs to go to therapy. I mean, honestly, Robin, you don't even need to be friends with Crystal. Crystal's not your friend, honey. She's not your friend. And you need to go to therapy to learn how to deal with women like Crystal. That's what you need to do. But that's it, you guys, for Ladies Who List Atlanta. I thought this was a really good episode. I'm kind of liking it a little bit more. I thought it was really good. It gave us a lot to talk about. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, toodles.